Are you tired of looking tired? Well, today we are diving into one of the most common and, let's be honest, frustrating skincare issues, those dark under eye circles. And we're going to show you how you can finally brighten them up the natural way. You know the feeling, right? You get a solid 8 hours, you feel rested, but the mirror tells a completely different story. It's so frustrating. So today, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of why that actually happens and give you a whole toolkit of simple, natural things you can do that target the real root causes. Okay, first things first, let's decode what's actually going on. Because if you want to treat these things effectively, you really have to understand the cause. And here's a little spoiler. It is almost never just about being tired. Yeah, see, dark circles are rarely a one-size-fits-all problem. It's usually a mix of things, kind of like a cocktail of factors. We're talking about the actual thinness of your skin, your circulation, how much water you're drinking, and yep, even your genetics and bone structure play a huge part. Now this is a total game changer in understanding your own eyes. Think about it like this. Some circles are due to pigmentation. That's actual color on the skin. But a lot of the time, what you're seeing is just a shadow caused by puffiness or just the natural hollow of your eye socket. Figuring out which one you have is step one. And here's a huge piece of that puzzle. The skin right under your eyes, it's called the periorbital skin, is incredibly thin. It's way, way more delicate than the rest of the skin on your face, which means the blood vessels hiding just underneath are way more visible. That's where that bluish, purplish tint often comes from. So when your circulation isn't so great, that blood can kind of pool in those tiny vessels. And when it's low in oxygen, it looks darker. Because that skin is so thin, you see it right through. That's exactly why improving your circulation is one of the biggest keys to brightening that whole area up. Okay, so now that we've got the why down, let's get to the fun part, the how. We are going to build your very own natural remedy toolkit. These are all simple, super effective treatments you can do right from your own home. Ah, the classic cucumber trick. It's not just something you see in movies. It really works. The key is that the cold temperature causes something called vasoconstriction, which is just a fancy way of saying it temporarily shrinks your blood vessels. This immediately helps with puffiness and that dark appearance. Green tea is another absolute powerhouse for your eyes. It is loaded with antioxidants and, more importantly, caffeine. That caffeine does the same thing as the cold cucumber. It helps shrink the blood vessels. Plus, some other compounds in there help calm down inflammation. Now listen up, this is super, super important. Whatever you do, do not use warm or hot tea bags. Heat does the exact opposite of what we want. It increases blood flow and can make puffiness and swelling even worse. Make sure they are completely cool to the touch, always. You're gonna love this one. It's a simple little physics hack you can do while you're sleeping. Just prop your head up with an extra pillow. Seriously, that's it. You're just using gravity to stop fluid from collecting under your eyes overnight, which is one of the main reasons we wake up with puffy eyes and shadows. Okay, need a really quick fix for those mornings when you just can't? A cold compress is your best friend. A couple of spoons you've left in the fridge, a gel mask, even a cool washcloth will do the trick. Just remember the golden rule. Be gentle and never ever put ice directly on that delicate skin. So, those remedies are fantastic for an immediate boost, but the real lasting magic? That happens when you build in some consistent daily habits. Let's talk about the small tweaks that make a huge difference over time. So, let's talk numbers. This is your goal for daily hydration. Think about it. When you're dehydrated, your skin gets kind of sunken and creepy, right? Well, that just makes any shadows under your eyes look 1,000 times deeper. Keeping hydrated helps keep that skin plump and smooth. And hey, it's not all about chugging water from a bottle. You can eat your water too. Things like watermelon, cucumbers, oranges, they're packed with water, and they help keep that delicate skin hydrated and happy from the inside out. This is such a great little ritual to add to your routine. Using your ring finger, just gently tap around the eye area. This little motion helps with what's called lymphatic drainage. It encourages all that fluid that causes puffiness to, move along. The key here is tap, tap, tap. Never, ever drag or rub the skin. And remember, the direction, you always want to move from the inner corner of your eye outwards toward your temple. That's the direction the lymphatic system drains. If you go the other way, you might just be pushing the fluid back where you don't want it. Sometimes the best offense is a good defense. What you avoid doing is just as important as what you do. Too much salt makes you puffy. Alcohol is super dehydrating, and the sun, it revs up that pigmentation we talked about. So protecting your progress really means keeping an eye on these things. Okay, time for a little reality check. Let's talk about results because being realistic about what you can expect is absolutely key to staying motivated and actually sticking with it. If you take away just one single thing today, let it be this: consistency is everything. These natural approaches are gentle, they're not a magic wand. The real, visible results come from being patient and doing these things day in and day out. And this chart really lays it all out, doesn't it? You absolutely can reduce puffiness, you can improve circulation, and you can brighten your skin's overall appearance. But what we can't do is change our genetics or the actual bone structure of our face. And you know what? That is perfectly okay. The goal here is improvement, not some impossible standard of perfection. But here is the really encouraging part. You're not going to have to wait forever to see if it's working. For the circles that are caused by things like puffiness or a bad night's sleep, you can genuinely start to see a visible difference in as little as 1 or 2 weeks if you're consistent. So there you have it. You now have the knowledge, you get the why behind those pesky circles, and you've got a whole toolkit for the how. You are officially equipped to go beyond just covering up the problem and start actually addressing it. So the only question left is, are you ready to see what a little consistent, gentle care can do for you?